Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules. Time for another FlossTube interlude video. It is November 12th, and we are getting started a little later today than I'd like to. I just didn't have time this morning to get it done. It was snowing. I had to get out and warm up the car and de-ice and do all that to get into work early. So, but anyway, so let's start the question and answer session. And my dog starts. Bailey's just insisting upon being part of this video. She's outside. Let's hope she stays okay and quiet. Anyway, so we're going to start off in Ann Pacini. I wanted to mention this. You commented after the last interlude video. Your husband works as security guards on top of a building in Louisville, Kentucky. And on the roof, they have a garden with flowers and beehives. And they win blue ribbons at the state fair for their honey. That is awesome. My husband is going to be so thrilled to hear that. He's probably going to try and find a video or something on that one. But that is really, really cool. Probably went by that building when I was in Louisville about 3-4 years ago. Went to the Louisville Slugger Museum when we were there. So that was my mom and I took that visit. Doreen Walton is explaining the loop method to me. That sounds amazing. And I'm more of a visual learner, so I may Google this. What you say makes sense, but I think I need to Google it and actually see what people are doing and see how much that might help me. That would be awesome. Anything to speed me up and to make things a little bit easier would be awesome. Not that what I do right now, the method I do is not bad. It's just, you know, faster, faster. Okay. Oh yeah, so Doreen and Angela both said that, you know, as far as stitching ahead a color and like when you're stitching and you're like, all right, I got this section, I'm going to stitch the whole color on this one page, I'm just going to get it all done, then I'm going to move to the next one. And sometimes you realize that you missed a color. Yeah, sometimes that does happen. And it can be frustrating. It just depends upon, I think it depends on the project and the person doing the project. So if you're somebody who will fill in stuff in the end and be like, okay, I don't think I mind it as much. It comes down to how much easier is it. And right now, with what I'm doing, I'm really just doing the Stormtrooper project that way. And a lot of it is because it is so, it's very haphazard. It's very pixelated looking, so the colors are all over the place. And right now, I just feel like it's faster for me to do that. But we'll see. When I get done with the page, I'll decide if I want to continue doing that or not. Emma says, don't wash hand-dyed linen. I wouldn't either. Unless the fabric dyer says it's okay. And same thing with hand-dyed floss. Hand-dyed floss. I would say the same thing. I think that's just asking for trouble. Sharon from Queensland, Australia. That's awesome. Hello, Sharon. Hello, hello. Let me get back down here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's awesome. Dishes and Stitches did some research on my the City from Greenwich Village blended thread project, and she did some research on the painting, and it was done by John Sloan in 1922. The site said that the Woolworth Building and the Singer Tower are on the horizon. That's awesome. So I think before the Empire's, I almost said the Empire Strikes Back, before the Empire State Building, I think the Woolworth Building might have been the tallest building in New York City. I was watching a YouTube video on the history of the Woolworth business, you know, over the last century or whatnot. So that's pretty interesting. But, yeah, thanks for the info. That's really cool. A couple people are saying that they don't necessarily want to go on retreats either because they don't like leaving family back home. Right now I'm not really interested in that, but, you know, maybe in the future when I feel like maybe I just need to get away, that would be a really good idea. But Angela's saying, I don't like to talk to people. She was commiserating with me that I don't like to, I don't always like to talk to people when they call me on the phone. I also don't really like so much when people just show up at the house. I like to have some kind of warning. I'm just moody like that sometimes. If I'm like, especially if I'm stitching and then something unexpected happens. I guess you could say I don't do all that well with surprises. I like to plan my days out better. But, yeah, I get you. I get you. Rita Marie's Stitching Adventure. You have 600 subscribers. That is awesome. I gotta go check you out. I'll have to come back and like and subscribe to you. But I love your name. That's awesome. Sandy likes the new cork board. That's awesome. I love the cork board too. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Okay, so someone else, okay, so Needlebug said I should try a Bohan mechanical chalk pencil for gridding. Get a fine line, get one on Amazon or 123 Stitch. Oh yeah, suggest using the green. Dude, okay, I gotta do that. That is awesome. Thank you so much for that suggestion. That's cool. So Pamela suggested that I use a straight edge to draw to basically mark the grids, and I've tried that, but sometimes I don't know if I'm just impatient and don't go slow enough, but I make mistakes. So I still do it just by hand and just go down with my eye. But anyway, sorry. Garrette is up in northwest Wyoming, right next to Yellowstone. Northwest Wyoming. My husband and I have been looking at houses in northern Idaho, not northern Idaho, southern Idaho, northern Wyoming. We fantasize about going someplace where, like, you know, there's just not a lot of traffic and people and whatnot. But we have absolutely, there's two things we need if we ever move. One, great high-speed internet. Two, Amazon has to deliver. So those are the only two things that we really need. Doop boop ba doo ba doop ba doop ba doo. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Martha, if I don't answer your Martha's here. If I don't answer your question, I don't understand your question. Maybe I'll see a different version of it later on, but I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Okay. Brienne has Starry Night, a kit by Riolis. That's cool, that's cool. Stitch on! I like that. Stitch on, Jules. Stitch on. Cool, so you got a Starry Night kit. I got Starry Night from Cross Stitch Collectibles. Like I get everything, or most things. I think that's where I got that from. I was watching this Russian cross-stitcher popped up on my YouTube, and I watched a little bit of hers, and she did a really cool thing where she actually, like, and I'll do this sometimes too, but she specifically went and because she was showing her patterns, where she gridded her her patterns with a different highlighter each day, so she could kind of see like her progress that she made. And I do that. So I just don't. It didn't look as good as hers did. That's for sure. Amber Marie, you're awesome. Thank you. Isabel's Moments with Crafts. Isabel asked me if I could cycle and stitch. Would I be able to stitch more? I've tried that. I actually tried that back a couple of years ago because I thought, wow, that'd be great. I could just do all that. What's the word? Oh, man. Oh, I'm trying to think here. Because I just saw another question and the other answer just popped in my head. Cycling. Oh my gosh. I've totally blanked. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, so I tried it. It's still hard for me to do that because of the cycling. Even though I'm not really moving a whole lot, it's still hard for me to stitch, and it just slows me down a lot, and it frustrates me, so I can't do that either. Okay. Nice. Yeah, true. Super Peace Rose was giving me some suggestions on using stitching up a line on Ada instead of using a pen, and I've seen that. I don't know if I would do that, but I've seen that, so that's cool. A. Boyd asked me, what FlossTubers do I watch? I'm going to have to stop the video and actually go look individually. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm actually surprised that people haven't asked me before about who I watch. I used to watch a lot more than I do now. And a lot of times what will end up happening is I'll turn it on and I'll let it run. I'll just listen. I don't always catch exactly what people are doing. I had to do that for one reason only, self-preservation, because I'd see things that people did and be like, oh, I want to do that. And I'm like, I don't have enough time. So some of these guys are some of the bigger names, and then some of them are some of the smaller names. And if I don't mention your name, please don't think that I don't watch you. I can't say everybody. So, I mean, I could, but this video would be 3 hours long. So, wait, where are we? So shouts out to, I watch Bendy, Stitching, Michelle Garrett. She has been watching me since I think almost like the very beginning. And she's been awesome commenting and things like that in the past. So go check her out. She's awesome. Oh man. I'm going to put a list below of everybody that I actually watched, because if I just kind of look through my recently, more recently watched videos and whatnot, and if you hadn't put out a video in a while, I probably missed your name, because I know that there is one in particular that is here in Colorado, and I'm sorry, it's escaping my mind right now, but I'll put a list down below of like a list of everybody that I like. And it's not going to be an all-inclusive list. It's just going to be people that I watch. And sometimes when I don't watch other people, it's not because it's just because I just watch some people because they're goofballs like me, and I like it. So also Stitchin by the Lake, Lindy Stitches, Stitch Bliss Corner. You're so sweet. I love her. Tasha the Star-Crossed Stitcher, Kathleen's Trodden Trail. I love that. Of course, I watch Priscilla and Chelsea with the little kid, so adorable. They're awesome. I watch Pam and Steph are adorable. They're Just Keep Stitching. And then the last one I want to mention, because this person is my favorite, and I say that without having seen the last couple of videos, because I remember when she stopped doing this for quite a while, and then when she popped up, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch your videos and stuff. But it was I don't know, I just forgot to do that. I got to sit down and actually watch them. But I love hearing her talk, and I love watching her stitch. And it's Crafty Curator, and she probably was like one of the bigger reasons for why I got so excited about doing YouTube videos, because back when she was doing so many of them and showing like all her different like when she went on a haul and got all of her stuff, like a year or two ago when I was maybe not sure if I was going to do this or not, I'd watch her videos and be like, all right, I can do this. So anyway, shouts out to her, back on the East Coast, I believe. Okay. Ooh, pet grids with thin fishing line. That's wild. Oh, wow, that's wild. Okay. That's very cool. That's very cool. Grateful Thread uses colored pencil leads for gridding. Okay, interesting. Lydia Block is a fellow hockey fan from Rapid City, South Dakota. Sorry your favorite team is Minnesota. You guys always beat us. You always beat us. Cool. Thanks for watching. That's awesome. Jackie, you're sweet. Your comments are sweet. Do I ever use thread conditioner? Jessica Lee. I tried that at one point, and I never was very consistent with using it. I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry. I was allergic. Hopefully not to that question. So anyway, so I tried using it. I mean, because we could even use beeswax, the stuff we have here. But I don't. It's just another step that slows me down. And I still found that I tangled stuff. So it's okay. No big deal. Deborah from Australia. Oh, she went and got a bunch of Ronnie Rowe projects. That's awesome. You're working on Music Teacher's House. That was the first one I ever did. That is awesome. Oh, you've kitted up Rainy Day in Boston, waiting for me to start. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and start it, and we'll stitch together at some point. I like it. Yeah, she loves cross stitch collectibles. The charts are easy to follow. Yes, they are very, very easy. Okay, so oh, you're doing the New York Street Scene 1919. Dirty mark on the material from a really bad dust storm we had. This has not been stitched. Should I wash it before I stitch over it? And if you suggest to wash, how easy will it be to grib from the page? Gosh, I mean, I think probably what I would do is I would just go ahead and wash the fabric. Just go ahead and clean it right now. I mean, you could theoretically stitch over it, but then your floss might get a little dirty. I mean, I suppose it's maybe not as big of a deal, because I know with 1919 it's all kind of, it's like shades of gray. Everything is sort of. I mean, I know you saw that. So I would go ahead and wash it, and just go ahead and wash it, and then just regrit it. And as far as washing the piece, I never did do that video, did I? But all you do is just I just use hand soap, like dish soap, liquid dish soap, and I put some in like cold water, and just in the sink. Wash your sink first, and just put it in there, and then just swish it around so it's kind of sudsy, and then I just put the fabric in, and it just kind of that's technical, I know, it's highly technical. So you do that. And depending upon how bad it is, you just leave it for an hour or two or whatever, and then come back and then just rinse it really, really well. And then just lay it out on something flat to dry it. And I don't really find that I need to necessarily iron it afterwards. Basically, once you start working with it, you'll find actually that the fabric's a lot softer once you wash it too. So it'll be a lot easier to use. So that should be pretty straightforward. I hope that works for you. I really do. I really do. You'll be fine. You'll be fine either way. Oh, nice. Thank you, Lisa. Copied a link to show Denkai. Is it Denkai or Denkai? I always forget. I do watch her. I have watched her in the past. It's been a while since I've watched her, but I have watched her. Nice. Thank you for the link. I'll have to go back and watch that. I got to speed up because I feel like I'm taking forever. Oh, wow. Amanda Williams. Have I tried? Is it AmandaPanda? Or just Amanda Williams? I think it's Amanda Williams. Sorry, isn't there another AmandaPanda out there? Tried the iron-on grid. Dude, I've never even heard of the iron-on grid. That sounds pretty cool. Malene. Speaking of old Jimmy Stewart movies, you're watching my old Know Your Needleworker video from like a year and a half ago, because I love old Jimmy Stewart movies. What do I think of It's a Wonderful Life? Dude, well, I have two animals named from It's a Wonderful Life. I have Zuzu's Petals, and I have Bailey, who's Mama Bailey. And so I love it. It's my favorite movie of all time. Rear Window is also one of my favorites. That is awesome. Why did I change over? When, how, and why did I change over to stitching mini projects at the same time? I'm thinking. Part of it was because as I was doing like just one project at a time, I still was looking at cross-stitch patterns, and I started accumulating so many that I'm like, if I just do one at a time, I'm never going to finish these. Like, if each one takes me months or years to do, I'm never going to see the result of all these ones that I want to stitch. And so, and a lot of it is I just love stitching. I mean, maybe I love stitching more than I love finishing, probably. And I switched over to that maybe about 6 months or more before I started doing the YouTube, the FlossTube. I'm trying hard to remember exactly what the timeline was, but I've definitely gotten a lot worse since I started doing FlossTube, because I'm like, you guys like to see a lot of different projects, and I like to switch things up all the time. Alexandra, crazy. You got Stormtrooper and Grim Reaper. Good for you. Oh, you're training to be an accountant. Good luck with that. That always seems like that's really, really hard. I don't think that I would be good at that. Okay, we're zipping along. Oh, dudes. Michelle Fisher said I should do the Grim Reaper's eyes in glow-in-the-dark floss. What do you think? What if I do it and what if I just do it regular and then I go over it in glow-in-the-dark floss? I'll have to see. I'll have to see. I know my buddy that I'm doing it for is I don't know how much he would like it. Oh my goodness, somebody wrote to me in Spanish. Dude. Oh, no, it might be Portuguese. Okay, I'm going to put that in Google Translate, and I'll have to answer that person individually. I love Google Translate. Jennifer. Hi, new subscriber. How many hours do I stitch per day or week? And what do I do for my work? I'm a veterinarian. And if you wanted to learn a little bit more about me, I mentioned that there's a video earlier on where it's like, get to know your FlossTuber, and I answer like 20 things about me or something like that. So, but yeah, that's what I do. And that's why I have 7 dogs. Don't tell anybody. Let's see. Hold on. Where am I? How many hours do I stitch per day a week? Gosh, you know, I don't know. I would say during the week, on the days that I stitch, which during the weekdays, I'd probably say I stitch 4 out of 5 weekdays, sometimes only 3, and usually I'll stitch for 2 or 3 hours at a night. I might stitch a little more if I feel like stitching when I come home for lunch, because I do get to come home for lunch for a while. And then on the weekends, right now I'm stitching like at least 3 or 4 hours on a Saturday, and then Sunday during football I might stitch for 5 or 6. It just depends on how focused I can be and how much stitching I get done. So, and honestly, I probably do more than that. That's probably a conservative estimate. So I don't know how many a month that works out to, but it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. Oh man, glow in the dark. Big Toe Designs, Isabel. Any tips on stitching one? Just get started. Just get started. You know, it's I just started actually I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna show you guys in the yeah, here it is. So this is it as well. I just started it like this weekend. I just got a little bit done. Just get started on it. They're beautiful designs. They're a lot of fun to do. I don't find that they're very hard. Just get started on it and go do it. But yeah, it's just I don't know if there's anything more specific that I can be, but I just say just do it. All right, Patty McCoy. Thank you, Patty. Oh, Amanda wanted to see how I got the stains out. Oh, I wonder if I still have those videos that I made. I'm sure somebody's going to mess something up soon, one of my things. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you guys know about the baby goat thing that I keep talking about, how I want a baby goat. So one of my friends who owns a ranch is going to get a pygmy, at least one pygmy goat, because she has miniature horses too. And I mean, dude, I told her, I said, get one soon, because I want to come over and play with it. I've got to go over, and if I do, I will take videos. I promise you guys on that one. Sandy reaching out to me on Halloween. Oh, that's just under 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'm so far behind. Nice. Oh, thanks. She was reaching out to me to let me know that, you know, there's a thing that she was looking for that oh yeah, so finding old cross-stitch patterns that maybe you've seen once and trying to find again. Yeah, you know, I haven't really looked at Facebook for cross-stitch boards or cross-stitch groups or things like that, because I'm not really on Facebook very much anymore. I used to be on there all the time, and now I'm like, if I go on there like 3 times a week, I'd be lucky. It's just, I don't know, I hop on there real quick if somebody, and I'll just look at like my closest friends and stuff, but other than that, I'm not really on it very much. People are thinking I'm crazy. to do this stuff, to do the big projects. And yes, I am crazy. It's the only thing. K. Bowman. Yeah, a stitch is a stitch is a stitch. So it doesn't matter if you're doing a tiny pattern or the Wonders of the World 2.4 million stitch pattern. A stitch is a stitch is a stitch. Just one stitch at a time. It's all that matters. Do I serge my own fabric? I don't serge my own fabric. I have had so many issues with, not so many issues, but I had some issues in the past with not cutting fabric to the right size. And I have like a mental thing about this for some reason. I think if you watch my earlier videos, I was trying to do a Boston Bruins project, not the one that I have now, but the one that I had before for a friend of mine. And I had to restart that project like 4 times because, and I had stitched a lot a couple times on this, and then I kept finding that I was like, I'd cut the fabric wrong. And so once I did that, and especially once I started going over to a stitching shop, I just have them take care of everything for me because that way I get really good quality fabric and I get it done the right way. And I get really good serge. So you can see, like, even on my plain Ada and stuff. And Susie takes care of all my serging needs over at a stitching shop. So she's awesome. So if you can see, just, sorry guys, about there. But it's just really, you know, I never have any problems with them now that, you know, they're properly serged. So there are videos out there that can show you how to hand serge or hand, you know, seal your stuff. And I know people are going to, like, yell at me for saying this, but I used to use masking tape, and I'm not opposed to it, personally. I think that it's fine, and as long as you leave yourself plenty of borders so that your framer, or when you decide to frame it, that you can remove the tape so that you can frame it properly, you can do that. But everybody's going to be like, that's not the right way to do it. Why do my fabrics look so pliable and soft? Mine are so stiffed. They're stiffed. So, yeah, so are there different kinds of Ada? Oh, yes. Go to a stitching store somewhere. There are a lot of different kinds. There are different colors. You know, they just come in a lot of different varieties. And so some feel better than others. I don't have it down here, but some of my Ada that I have that are like 14 count, like the colored ones, they all have a different feel to them for some reason. And the reason why mine looks soft is because I've either washed it because there's been stains, or I've used it so much, I've been stitching on it for so long that it just softens up. And everything starts out really stiff. I could, you know, I could basically, sorry, here's Reaper. So, not that long ago, here you go, wait, let me show you. Not that long ago, this is the new Boston Bruins project, but not that long ago, my Ada on Reaper was like this. But when you use it and you mess with it and you do stuff with it and you throw it around and do all kinds of crazy things with it, it softens up. So then it just becomes like, you know, like a tissue or something. So you just got to keep working with it. And one of the things that I'll do sometimes if I have a really big project like the ones that I have here is that I'll periodically just, there's some videos of me from last year where I kept sitting on my fabric because it was just so stiff. I have to go back and figure out which pattern, unless you guys can tell me which cross stitch that was. But I was so irritated with the fabric being so stiff that I kept sitting on it, trying to soften it up. But time will soften it up. Time softens all things except for bread and probably other things. 100 FlossTube videos. I'm over 100 FlossTube videos, Gentina. Michelle Carr, where would I find fabric this large enough size stitching shop? That's where I got it. That's where I get all my big stuff. Kalu. November 1st is Dia de los Santos, the All Saints Day, and then this November 2nd is the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. That is cool. Oh, that was cool. Doop 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 doop. I gotta start speeding this up, guys. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Oh, wow. Wow, Angela can cross stitch all day long, every day. Wow. Someday. Someday, guys. Someday I'm going to get there. It's going to be awesome. Okay. I'm flying through these guys now. I know I need to, okay. Moogie Brady. Moogie? Moogie? Is your name like Margaret or something and they just call you Moogie? Did I purchase all the colors needed for my newest project? No. There's about... Is it 165 or 200? I don't have the page here right now, but it's 165 or 200. I'm just seeing if I have it over here. Nope, I don't. The most colors that I have for a project is Old World Map 2, and it has like 230 colors on it. I don't have all the colors for either project. I get them when I need them, because otherwise I lose them, or the dogs do something to them. So, there we go there. How many colors does Rainy Day have in it? Rainy Day has Rainy Waterloo Place has maybe 15 colors, I think, in it. It's 15 colors, I think. And Reaper only has like about 6 or 7. That one, that's why I can get that one going faster. Actually, here's the color thing. I need to really like preserve this a little better than I have. Look how like old and crotchety it looks. Oh wait, what am I talking about? That's more like 15. I can't count, apparently. That's Reaper. About 15. So maybe Rainy Waterloo Place is maybe more like 20. Probably 20. Not a ton, but 20. It's nice to work on projects occasionally that don't have a lot of color changes, so you can get a lot of stitches done. That would be cool. Or that is cool. Ugh. Nice. Okay, so the question is, well, Jane commented that, you know, I talked about doing the Reaper piece with, I've found that I can speed it up if I take a color and do a bunch of half stitches and then come back and then fill them in with full stitches. And she asked me how I find the half stitches. Like if you look at it, there's just a bunch of all similar colors, so how would you find the half stitch in the full stitch? And that's kind of how it is right now. As you can see, you can see the half stitches that are right here. So if I'm trying to fill them in, it's more visible. And I guess part of it is because I use a lot of white Aida. I can always see the background on things that I haven't stitched, so a half stitch really pops out. Now if I was doing it on a colored piece of fabric, that would probably be a lot harder and it wouldn't work, but it works just fine on the 18 count. So that's good. Lynn Campbell wants me to watch The Haunting. I don't think I've seen The Haunting. Put that down. Put that down to watch. I bet you my husband's seen it. All right. Sharon was sick. I'm sorry you were sick, Sharon. Just commenting on all my projects. She always writes me like paragraphs. Thank you so much. Thanks, Sharon. Okay, we're good. Doop boop doo. Oh, okay. Lynette asked me if so I talked about having the corkboard with the whips behind me, the pictures of the whips behind me, and that when I finish them, I pull the pictures of the whips down. Wait, I lost it. But what if you just moved your finished pics to the left side of my pin board? I could. I wonder if I could find some of my old ones and put them up there. I don't know if I have enough room to be able to see everything. Maybe I'll have to get a second corkboard. Yes, I'm insane. Half cross stitch is called a 10 stitch. Thank you. A 0.05 millimeter mechanical pencil from Super Piece Rose. Nice, 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 nice. I got so many good suggestions. Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. So I tried popping back on Instagram. I'm not an Instagram user, so I don't pop on there and put my stuff on there very frequently. and I need to get in there and do that. And so, thank you. Obs, Booher, Obs. Where did I get my Stormtrooper pattern? I got it on Etsy. So just Google Stormtrooper cross stitch pattern Etsy, and it will be there. Big store. Oh man, just Google and then just do Star Wars cross stitching pattern Etsy, and they'll show you all the cross stitch stuff. It's awesome. Lady M Crafts, what is the largest, can I ask my fabric source, what is the largest piece of cross-stitch fabric that one can buy? Well, I don't know. I don't know how large they make it. I mean, I bought a full yard. I don't know. I'll have to ask. I'll have to try to remember to ask next time I go in. For all you guys who are mentioning about Space Traveler, I did get it. I got it, and I got everything I needed for it, so I am good. Jennifer had a suck day at work. Oh, that's nice. I'm so sorry you're having a bad day, or that you were having a bad day. I'm glad that I helped you through that with my inane rambling. Oh, Lordy. That's funny. Carolyn Zook, you like to say that I'm calm about the gigantic project. There's times where I'm not very calm about it. I freaked out a few times about it, and I just have to breathe because it is one stitch at a time. So, one stitch at a time. Aw, Tammy Tam Tams, thank you. Oh, nice. Oh, geez. Lauren T. Working on her biggest piece yet. 24 inch by 24 inch. So 2 feet by 2 feet on 18 count fabric. And 108 colors. That is ambitious. That is ambitious. You're overwhelmed. Yeah, totally. So you want to talk, you start a second project, something smaller, that you can stitch a little easier. Absolutely, you know, I mean, there are times when I'm definitely overwhelmed by a project, or I'm like, I'm just done with this project. And that's why it's nice to have something else to move on to. But as far as the 2 foot by 2 foot, which one are you doing? That sounds awesome. Very cool, very cool. You go, girl. All right. Ah, Erica suggested the corkboard. Thank you, Erica. That was awesome. Okay, hold on. I'm reading about Denmark here. Wow. L. Herend. I think I got that right. You're from Denmark, and Queen Margaret II is extremely creative and has made some gorgeous embroidery in freehand. She also sews costumes to the Royal Theatre and many other things. I'm going to have to check that out. That is awesome. Crystal. Crystal started her first aid. Yay! That's awesome. E pluribus unum. I'm missing a couple stitches on the bottom left. I want to go back and see where I missed my stitches. I still haven't finished that one, guys. I'm getting there, but I still haven't finished it. There's so many of you guys that have popped out to help me with Space Traveler. I already have it, but thank you guys so much. This community is amazing. Carrie. Yeah, that bag, the floss bag I have, or the project bag I have that has the fabric for Wonders of the World is actually quite large and heavy. I mean, heavy is you know, what's the relative, but it is big, and it is definitely, I mean, I don't even know, like, when I finally get some stitching done on it, how it's going to be. I like that you guys are entertained by my craziness. I like that you guys are entertained. That's why I do it. I like to entertain people. I'm an entertainer and a stitcher. Jasmine Ravenclaw. That is a cool name. You're working on a Disney Villains cross stitch. Okay, you left me the link. I gotta go take a look at it. Oh, your name. Oh, you're Jen from Canada. That's awesome. Wow, you kept track. You've worked on it 600 hours. That is also supremely impressive because I never. Oh man, there's so many nice people that have been like, I got your space traveler. Do I got your space traveler? Oh man, I thought somebody would step forward, but ooh, oh, Ladybug Stamper is doing the Footsteps of Michelangelo, which is the ceiling on Sistine Chapel, and your fabric is the same size as mine. Oh, oh, dude, it sounds like it's Wonders of the World. Oh my God, that is awesome. Oh, dude, I gotta go check out your channel. You have videos of your channel and your progress. That's awesome. I actually did the Sistine Chapel ceiling as a jigsaw puzzle back when I was in school, and it was like, I want to say it was 7,000 or 8,000 pieces or something ridiculous. Yeah, I like ridiculous projects. It's the largest puzzle I've ever put together, and that's why I wouldn't do it as a cross stitch, because I've already done it as a puzzle. Okay, I gotta go back and find that. That's awesome. Oh. Sparrow de Plume Stitcher has been working on Scarlet Quince projects for a long time. Been working on Unicorn in Captivity since 2011. You're almost halfway done. That is impressive to stick with something for that long. That is absolutely amazing. That is amazing. Nice. Wendy Stitching says she likes Hobby Lobby for floss, unless Joanne's has a coupon. Joanne's is a lot further away from me here. It's just not in my normal little traffic. I'm such a homebody, and I don't go out much in terms of, like, I go to work, come home, go to work, come home. If I need floss, I'll stop at Hobby Lobby, which is only about a 5-minute detour to get over there and get back. So I haven't gone on to Joann's, and someone said that there was a DMC sale at Joann's, which is unfortunate because I think I missed that. Ooh, Moogie. Dude, Moogie, I love your name. I love your name. There's a greeting tutorial. Nice. Oh man, lots of good suggestions there. Thank you, Moogie. Got a lot of Red Coot Unicorn Knight found my channel. Hi, how you doing? I've been doing cross stitch for 35 years. I wish I had been doing cross stitch for 35 years. I wish I had. I wish that I had started much younger, but it's all right. I started when I needed to. People like the baseball project. Debbie likes the Debbie Sheitlin. I love maps too. That's why I'm doing a war map too. It's awesome. Oh, Dancing in the Sheets by Shalimar. That's what that song is. Thank you. Well, that was stuck in my, and now it's back stuck in my head again. Oi. Kimberly goes to Joann's and asked about the, or at least her Joann's, and was asking about the new DMC colors, and they thought she was crazy because they're like, it doesn't come in those colors, but yeah. Anyway. Wow. Laura Tyler. Yeah, with that story that I told about in that one stitch with me. I get you, dude. I get you. Jen Stitch used to play Diablo 3 a lot and then picked up cross-stitching, and now she has no more time for games. She's addicted to cross-stitch. That's exactly what happened to me. Although I could go back and play games again, like video games, and then I would get addicted to that, and then I wouldn't cross-stitch as much, and that would not be good. So that's why I'm trying to stay away from games right now. But Diablo 3, I played that on PS4. My husband loves that game, has played a ton. So is Isabel. Husband's favorite game. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of this stuff is just the stories that I told during the Stitch with me. Yeah, Carolyn, I agree with you, dude. Yeah. Time to start the Space Traveler. Oh, I gotta get fabric first. I gotta wait a little bit before I go back and get more fabric. Thanks, guys. Aw, Lori. Very cool. Yeah, Lori watched my Know Your Needleworker video. So that's awesome. Oh yeah, the Halloween costume. Why not knit? Yeah. Yep. Oh, nice. M Max May 17. Just ordered the apothecary shop. Oh, that's awesome. And you got some Ronnie Rowe's too. That's awesome. Oh, okay. Kristen Stitchin's new pattern by Hade. Okay, if I click on it, it's going to take me out of all my questions, so I'm going to have to come back and look at it, and then I'll comment on your thing for it. Lori Cole, what is the price? What is the price difference between buying kits versus putting the kit together yourself? You're so lazy trying to calculate all the thread, blah, 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 blah. The only benefit is being in control of the Ada. Okay, so, how do I say this? I enjoy the freedom of putting a kit together myself. I don't like for people to give me kits because I don't know if they're giving me enough floss, because sometimes I'll make mistakes and I'll have to frog things out. And I also just enjoy the kitting process. I think a lot of us do. There's a t-shirt on Amazon that's like, my two favorite things are cross-stitching and kitting up projects for cross-stitch or something like that. And I just enjoy the process. And when I'm doing so many different projects, kitting them up saves a lot of money. If you look at, well, it saves a lot of money for the things that I want to do. And most of the things that I want to do are not kits. So in terms of, I think it all comes down to just what you want to stitch. And if there's a kit for it and you just want to do that, go for it. You do run the risk of, if you need more floss, perhaps the floss that you get may not match great with the color that you have that you're supposed to be matching. Does that make sense? But I would say, I don't know, I just prefer kitting. Or prefer kitting myself. Once I started doing that, that's like, outside of cross-stitching, it's my second favorite thing to do. So, I'm just addicted to that. Sharon keeps saying, watch Doctor Who. I know, I'm still a couple episodes behind. Oh, nice. Sonia Wright gave me a link for where I can purchase pre-gridded 25 count Lugana. That's pretty cool. Now, will it wash out when I wash it? Because if I have to wash it because it gets messed up, that's the problem. That's actually what happened. I didn't even think of this until I was talking with Christine at a stitching shop. I was like, well, I had to wash the fabric because the dog did something to it. I had to wash it, and then everything washed out. And she was like, well, of course. And then I thought, yeah, well, of course. Like, why didn't I think I was going to do that? Anyway, but that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I'll have to go check out that traditionalstitches.com website. That looks great. Oh, I'm getting caught up. I'm 4 days ago. Friction pens for gridding. Nice. That's so... I have an empty hole in my board. I should put Space Traveler. Yeah, the empty hole is where my head fits. I tried to make it so that my head fit on the cork board so that there was no... But I guess I could put Space Traveler behind me and be like, coming soon. Maybe. What do I do with all my fabric on my big projects? So much fabric, I don't know what to do with it. Diana Zaslow. I use my project bags. as I'm looking for my project bags. Hold on. Oh, I'm sore. So, this is my project bag for, what is this? Old World Map 2 in there. And, but I use these big project bags. I just get bigger ones. It fit in the old Wonders of the World fit in the biggest project bag that Stitching Shop had, so it worked great. Okay, Raggy Doll is trying to help me with my issue of my magnifying glasses here, my stitchy glasses. So I want to like actually suspend it a little bit so it doesn't put so much. Remember how I always had this problem with how it would rub on my nose? Well, now that I need to use it for the Wonders of the World project, I need to suspend it just a little. Like I just want to have it pulled up off my head just a smidge, so that I can stitch longer because it doesn't put pressure on my nose, because it gives me a headache after a while. And she said, tie some floss to the top of glasses and the other end to a hair bobble. Put the bobble in my hair and it should lift the glasses up slightly. The bobble's like the bobble here? Yes. Yes, I will try that. I will try that. Pam Rosenberry, welcome. Welcome to the craziness. Stitchy Pop Needles. Kim Goldman, Stitchy Pop Needles. They have a small ball on the tip that helps guide needle into the hole easily. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any problems with the needle going in the fabric, usually. Unless it's really tiny. Oh, Donnie, I'm sorry. I didn't even think about doing a finished stitch with me for E. Pluribus Or actually, maybe I did, but I'm not done with it yet, so... Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, I'm reading. Yeah, Sharon, the blues have stunk this year. Yeah. Jeanette says I need to go to the dollar store and get dollar readers. Cheaters. I do need to go over there because I think I'm getting to a point where I do need something a little stronger. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'm just bouncing my legs right now. Have I tried a magnifier? Lee DeWitt said, have I tried a magnifier that sits on my chest? You know, I thought about getting a magnifier, the kind that like is either, not really tabletop, it's the floor stand that comes over and then it just kind of goes like this. I just don't know if I would be able to, like, if I'm looking down on it and be able to stitch and pull it through. And I don't know if I would have, what's the word? I think it would put too much strain. Look, my hair's going everywhere. I hate it when my hair goes everywhere. I think it would put too much strain. It would change the position of how I hold my stuff. And I think it would put maybe a little bit more pressure on my neck. I don't know. I do want to look at that for sure. Eileen's New York Rangers are on a winning streak. No, that's not the person I was thinking of. Yeah, the Rangers have been doing pretty well. Good for them, man. I like Jimmy Vesey. I like Jimmy Vesey. Stitchvember! Sharon says Stitchvember. I need to get back and just write back to you. I used to write back to you all the time, and I haven't been writing back to you, and I'm sorry. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. Mary Skelton had a leopard gecko named Herky. We loved him. Super easy to care for. That's awesome. We're going to be getting the new gecko probably in a weekish or so, week or 2 weeks when we get back from our trip. Oh my goodness, this name is amazing. Jara? Did I say it right? Jara Archer? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, ZJ. Oh, your real name is Heather. It's your gamer check. Oh, Zjahar? That's cool. Okay, you gotta tell me where that comes from. ZJ? Zjara? Alright, I'm sorry. We'll stop that. Faster floss changes on my bigger projects. Okay to link a video here. Oh, dude, I'm gonna totally go take a look at that. Marilyn thinks I just need to go ahead and get fabric for Space Traveler. I should always have at least 15 works in progress. There you go. I like that. I like that. I like that thinking. I do. I like it. I actually started 2 this week, so I'll show you guys in the weekly update. I just needed something different. Headband for the magnifiers. Lamb's wool for the nose piece. Hey, Kimberly. Okay. Oh, dude, that's actually kind of cool, too. Lala's beauty tips. For my stitching glasses, why don't I try getting an old hard hat, take out the plastic inside where you can adjust the size, then glue the front of the glasses onto that. My husband would love for me to do that, because then he would laugh at me all the time. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out what's gonna work for me. Tammy Neal, how do I decide what to stitch on and for how long? Pure whatever I feel like. Sometimes it's a matter of, okay, I've got a lot to work on with this, so I got to get working on this, or I try not to work on something twice in a week, unless I've just gone through all my projects and I just feel like I got to stitch more. But as far as how long do I stitch on something, usually it's just, if it's, either I just feel tired of it, bored of it, or it's like the end of the night and I'll just finish stitching and then I'll just move on to something else the next day. Oh, Carrie has 5 blood red parrot cichlids in a 75-gallon tank. Yeah. Yeah, mine are jerks. Mine are jerks. Ah, so, yeah, Zara's watching all my videos. Saw the 1919 New York City one. Yeah, it's like 15 to 20 colors there, so it was a lot. It was a lot. Catty Sue Cats also said get a hard hat. That's funny. You guys are all thinking the same. I love it. I'm getting close. I'm 2 days away. Moleskin on my stitch glasses. Ooh, adhesive on one side and super soft on the other. That's awesome. Erin, thank you very much, Erin. I like your avatar. It's very cool. Oh, Carolyn Zook. Do my colors bleed? No, I've never noticed any. Oh, my camera's about to die. I haven't noticed any. I've never noticed any bleeding from colors from DMC or whatnot. Never had that problem. Never had that problem. Stitchin' Button, happy birthday for November 4th. November 24th, sorry, not to make you older than you are. John James Needles. Are you kidding me, Super Peace Rose? Are you kidding me? Ronnie Rowe said to tell me, thank me. He wanted to thank me for, oh man, seriously? That's awesome. The dude, actually, I wrote to him, like, I don't know, a year ago or whatever, when I needed him to do some projects, and he didn't. But, yeah, so I guess he's thanking me through Super Peace Rose for telling all you crazies about him. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Very cool. Oh, Laura Tyler, still talking about your sharks. This is going to be a really long video, guys, and I apologize for that, but you guys asked so many questions. Yes, 2019 will be the year that things are going to start looking like something. I need to get that on a t-shirt or something. You guys are all funny. I'm going to have to start saying on my weekly updates that I do FlossTube interlude videos and answer questions there. Because I'm starting to get questions or comments where people are saying, hey, you haven't answered my question yet. And so I gotta start saying that. I always forget, so... Oh, dude, Mo Dineen. If I'm just using the magnifier part, not the light, take the batteries out as it will make them much lighter. I gotta try that. That is a very good idea. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, I'm up to a day ago. Love to stitch too. Found your channel. Thank you for finding my channel. Sulky Sliver or Sulky Sliver to grid 25 count fabric. What about a daylight magnifying light? I got all kinds of suggestions. I actually just got to do something. I talk about it and then I just don't ever do it. Jane Murray asked if I tried yoga for my back. I have, and something happened and I did something, and then my chiropractor was like, all right, you can do yoga, just don't do crazy, like, don't push yourself. Because I sometimes it really depends when I'm doing things, how I hold my head, and if I'm straining, and if I don't have proper form. And it's hard to have proper, I got something up on this wall. It's hard to have proper form when you're doing videos like at home, when you're just watching YouTube. Like, I might not be using, I should go to a yoga class, but then that would take me away from my house and stitching. Oh, I'm just stretching my neck. Anyway, but yeah, so I have tried it. Right now I have this inverter that I got like a year or two ago that, that's the other thing I've been using, is just hang upside down. That helps tremendously when I remember to do it. Yeah, Bridget, I fell asleep cross-stitching. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Oh, Kylie Shaw was working on her first full coverage piece, made a mistake somewhere on the 3rd page, so now you have to frog. You were 3/4 done, you have to go back and frog, and you're feeling a bit disheartened. I couldn't find where I went wrong, which caused me extra stitches in the wrong place. When I make mistakes and have to unpick the page, how do I maintain motivation when I have to unpick it? That's happened. I have had things where I've had to, I think it was Old World Map 2, and I had to unpick about 2 or 3 weeks worth of work, and like steady work. And it sounds like you had a lot more than that. And, you know, a lot of times what I'll do is when I'm really angry, if I'm angry about it or if I'm frustrated about it, I'll just put it aside. I'll just put it aside. That's why it's helpful to have something else to work on. And when I'm feeling a little bit better about it and not feeling so sorry for myself, then I'll go back and I'll actually work on it and finish it and be like, I feel better for having done it the right way. So just, all I gotta say is just don't be hard on yourself. It happens to everybody. Just take a breath. Just work through it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It'll be okay. Alligators are what's in the U.S., not crocodiles. And large pythons will kill the alligators. Freaking large pythons would kill... Hold on. We were talking about the massive influx of Burmese pythons in Florida. And, anyway. Emma Schwartz. Yes, the Bears beat the Lions. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, no! Did my video splice go out of order? Dang it. I'm sorry, Kim. I did not realize that. Sometimes I have a hard time I'll be record like this. I'll have to go back and actually really pay close attention to it, because as I'm recording it, it may say that I've been talking in this section for like 24 minutes, but when I actually look at my camera afterwards, it may have broken this up into 3 or 4 different pieces, and it doesn't always put them in order for me when it pops up, and I don't know why that happens. So I apologize for the apothecary shop being out of order. It's just an off weekend. Anyway, Linda Hendrickson lives in northern Minnesota. I kind of like that idea. Close to Canada. Oh, snow is here to stay. Yeah, it's going to be super cold there. Yeah, it's, we got a couple inches, but it's already melted off of everything, and probably another 24 hours it'll be completely melted. So, oh my gosh, guys. Let me see. Let me refresh this and see if anybody else has commented since I have done it. And no, I'm sorry, nobody else has commented. So this video is like ridiculously long, and I apologize unless you like these, in which case you're welcome. Okay, I gotta get back to work, and I gotta get home tonight and stitch. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta stitch something, and watch some football. So you guys have a great stitchy week. Like I said, be sure to ask all your questions and whatnot, and I hope I'm answering them adequately. I will put down in the description, I just put a big list of people that I have watched, the people that I like, and I can't watch everybody. So if there's somebody that you like, that you think somebody else may like, and you're like, oh, I really like this stitcher, you know, put it in the comments. You know, I'm not all like inclusive in terms of my list, not by any chance. There are a lot of smaller cross stitchers that my uncle is calling me. Sorry, Uncle, I cannot talk to you right now. He's probably butt dialing me. My uncle has a habit of somehow with a flip phone butt dialing me. I don't know how that works. And he'll leave me 3-minute long voicemails of nothing, like about once a week. And then he'll call me and say, did you call me? And I'm like, dude, no, you did it again. And so, anyway, but, so yeah, so if you have, I can't talk to you, Bobby. Stop calling me. So anyway, so if, if there's somebody that you like to watch, or maybe you're like, hey, have you watched this person? You know, throw it down below and let me see. And we'll go from there. Have a great week. I'll see you on the weekly update in a couple of days. Guys, take care. Happy stitching.